Assalamu alaikum. My topics the main theme, Heart of Darkness. Heart of Darkness, written by Joseph Conrad, it has the main theme imperialism, colonialism, cruelty, racism, etc. Imperialism, it is the main theme from Heart of Darkness, and colonialism. The colonialism is for their wealth and the power of
the power of white
শেষ করে দিন আচ্ছা
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to my presentation. I am Najmul. My presentation topic is racism in Heart of Darkness. So as we said that imperialism is one of the main theme of Heart of Darkness. After imperialism, racism came after imperialism. So what happened in that time? British people actually they spread throughout the world and they ruled almost everywhere. So racism actually happened. Why racism happened? Because we know that British and most of European people are white, so they have the inside intention to rule other people who are black or those who ignorant. So racism exactly happened that time. So through Heart of Darkness, we got to see that some people like Kurds or this kind of people go around the world and they go for business. So in that case, they rule a lot of people and they just take the advantage of ignorant of African black people and rule there. So in this history, Heart of Darkness, Joseph Conrad used some slang language or some roast language that might hurt the reader, those who read already Heart of Darkness. So in that case, we see that Kurds, the antagonist of the novella, he offers brutality, shows his brutality to the African people. And on the other hand, Joseph Conrad reflects himself through Marlowe. Marlowe shows some pity to the people who got oppressed by Kurds, and etc. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. I am going to discuss about the main theme of Heart of Darkness written by Joseph Conrad. Heart of Darkness is the story of British colonialism. You all people already know that British in past British control all over the world, and the characters of Marlowe is a sailor. He works in a ship as a captain. One day he's gone to Congo rivers besides and see a cruel person. His name is Curtis. That means Curtis. Curtis is the businessman. He's ivory. That's a teeth of the elephant. You already know that. And he's a very cruel and nasty person. He's a fiancé in England. Curtis is a British white skinned person, and he is a very cruel man, and he is the African black peoples who lives in the Congos, and already they are in their subordinates, and he is very cruel in African black peoples, and it is the symbol of British colonialism. That's the white skinned people. Cartouche did not love the black skinned people, and the Cartouche fiancé who lives in England. He is known that Cartouche is a very good, and he loves her very much. But in Congos, Cartouche have many fiancés, and the Cartouche also the symbol of fraud people who fraud with his fiancés. And Marlowe is the assistant of Cartouche. Then when Cartouche died in depressions, and she says that my fiancé, and then Cartouche talked with then Marlowe talked with Cartouche's fiancé, and she told her, Cartouche love you very much, and when he has been died, and she says just my fiancé. But the real story, when Cartouche dies, he has been died by the lots of depressions, but he did not by name in fiancés. But today up to this.
Thank you.
Excellent, but he died saying horror and horror.
So hello everyone, today I will be talking about Sister Day as a tragic novel.
Okay.
So who write this novella? Doesn't matter. So so let's go to the main context. That before I dive into the main context, we need to know what is tragedy. Tragedy is something that shouldn't be happening in our life, but somehow it happened, and we don't have other option to accept this. So, but I'm sure all of you have some tragedy of your life, but when you get to know the tragedy of Tommy Wilhelm's life, you may find yourself in a better position than Tommy Wilhelm. Tommy Wilhelm is the protagonist of the Sister Day novella. When I talk about the Sister Day, we need, for your better understand, we can divide this novel in a few stages. First of all, we like to talk about the anticipation stage. When the Tommy Wilhelm, the protagonist of the novella Sister Day, he is a complete failure person. He failed in his acting career, he failed in his extramarital life, and he already married, but he don't live with his wife and children, and every month he need to give them money. So money is the main problem in that time for Tommy Wilhelm, and he want to quick recovery from them. Then I like to talk about the dream stage, when Tommy Wilhelm want to get be a better person and want to earn money, but he cannot find anything. But finally he met Dr. Tamkin, who tell Tommy Wilhelm to invest his rest of money in a share market, and by influence by Dr. Tamkin, Tommy Wilhelm invests all the money in the share market, and he start to dream that he will be richer soon. Then I will be talking about the frustration stage. After investing all the money, he get frustrated because he didn't get any money from the share market, and he get the insomnia and anxiety that he might lose his all money. So let's the next step we'll talk about the nightmare stage. So after investing all the money, finally he realized that he lost all the money after he tried to reach Dr. Tamkin. Dr. Tamkin had said that he lost all the money and he didn't get any of this money back. So in that case situation, Tommy Wilhelm is completely breakdown, and then the story grow in the last stage. We call this stage as a distraction stage. In the distraction stage, fortunately, the protagonist of the novella didn't end his life. Rather than he is completely breakdown on his feet, he's seen to crying beside an unknown person's funeral. funeral. So considering this all the stages, we have seen that all the stages has one common thing, and that is tragedy. Tragedy is the main theme of this story, and those of you already know the story, read the story, you completely agree with me that Seize the Day is a completely tragic novella. So thank you very much.
Thank you. আমি আবার দিয়ে শেষ করতে
আপনি আবার বলুন।
You will get double mark.
Assalamu alaikum. The major theme of Heart of Darkness, there are many themes. Heart of Darkness, imperialism, cruelty, racism, and greed, morality, etc. Imperialism, the British colonialism was worldwide. It is Congo, the country was Congo, but their colonialism here and greedy. They were great their wealth like ivory, gold, etc. And racism, white people always superior over black natives. They behave with their cruelty, etc. Today, no more today. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. I will explain Seize the Day. So main point, the protagonist name is Tommy William. Actually, Tommy William, an honest man. He's unhappy life, and then he's marginal middle management responsibility, and then employee devote despair, depressed, like many other etc. And then he's actual salesman, and he's so that's all for me.
খুবই ভালো। আর আসছেন কেউ?
একটু ব্রেক শেষ করে দেন ভিডিও।